Hello, everyone. Welcome. Good morning or good evening, afternoon, night. Who knows? Depending on the place in the world you are joining the Akshwani Hæck kickoff. Welcome and thanks a lot. Hi, Omar. Eric should also be there. Annie is also here. A lot of people of the team.
Hello.
We are so happy to welcome you together, to welcome you all in this sunny evening here. And yeah, we're gonna start by explaining a little bit the meaning of the name of this hackathon. And it's because in the ancient India, the Akashwani was meant to as the oracle, like a voice that is unseen or with no body. And that's the challenge here. We are going to take that voices that are coming from the sky, from the oracles in this case, and put them straight into the blocks to build amazing decentralized application based on our aeternity technology, and also improving the open source features of superhero.com, the anti-censorship and privacy resistant social network built on top of aeternity. So let's start. Let me share a few slides that we have prepared for you, that will also be after the presentation. Wait a moment, please. Okay, I guess you are seeing my screen, right?
Yes.
Hi, Anita. How are you?
Hello, team. Hello, people. Very excited. It's finally coming. Yeah, the best time of the year, I must say.
Yes,
so
a lot of work.
To see all the people
and
here.
A lot of plans.
Exactly.
Great. So let's first welcome you all. Welcome to the Akshwani Hæck. Now that you know what's the meaning of Akashwani, that we, by the way, rebranded it for searching purposes. We removed one A to make the brand be based on that Akashwani concept, but our marketing professionals made it like more searchable in Google, removing that A. And now that we know this, let's think and let's do a little reflection that is also inspiring the whole hackathon. And it's like having your oracles out of your blockchain is like having your steering wheel out of your car. Nowadays, if you don't count with oracles on the protocol layer, embedded oracles, you are trusting third parties or layer 2 to build your decentralized application, which at the end of the day adds complexity, adds costs, at points of failure. So from the very beginning, Eternity knew that Oracle should be native to the protocol. And since the mainnet launch in 2018, we have made this promise, our white paper back in 2017, a reality. So let's get with the important dates first. Please be aware of these dates because they are going to guide us for the following almost, a little bit more than 1 month. So the submissions, they start today. From now on, submissions can be made until the 7th of May in the night. But be aware that this is like the night, almost at 12, but quarter to 12 for not having any confusion, Central European Standard Time. After that, a couple of days after, the 9th of May at 9 a.m., all the awesome judges that are supporting the Akshwani Hæck to assess the projects will start the assessing period until the 14th of May, again at late night, for the winners to be announced on 16th of May at 6 p.m. sharp. Be ready. It seems there is a lot of time, but time flies. So speed up your project, speed up your learning, your building, to have the best chance to compete for part of that 50K USD in AA coin spot that we have devoted to the awards this time. And there is more than double the last human DeFi hack. We were so surprised and happy about the results that we are making our bet for these educational hackathons even stronger by more than doubling the amount of awards. Again, this is, like I said before, this is not only a hackathon, a competition, but it's also an educational event. This hackathon should serve, and the resources we are giving to you for you to learn how to build on Eternity, which, in my opinion, is the most advanced blockchain in production. And as I always say, I don't say Eternity is the most advanced blockchain in production because I have the pleasure to work in Eternity, or I work in Eternity because I really think it's the best blockchain in production. So we are starting the webinars with this little welcome session in which we will also explain the challenges that we have prepared, and this is happening right now. We will continue tomorrow with a workshop about hands-on Eternity. In this workshop, our teammate Omar Sadoun will give you the keys and the tools to know what's the Eternity protocol about, what are the tools that you can use, and how to get started to build an Eternity. And also remember that in the DevPost page in our YouTube channel, you have the full series of webinars that were delivered in the Human DeFi Hack. So you can also start by those resources and then hook up with the webinars that we have prepared for this occasion. The 7th, we are starting to get really on point with a workshop with our teammate from the core development team, Piwo, with a workshop about designing and deploying oracles on Eternity, which will be and is like the main reason or the main focus of this hackathon, to explore decentralized applications that use oracles in the protocol layer that probably have been never explored before. Next day, on Thursday, the 8th, we have another great feature on Eternity protocol that can be combined with oracles is state channels. State channels, you can think about them like in a network of channels similar to Lightning Network, in which you can not only send payments, but you can also execute smart contracts and put logic between those channels off-chain, enhancing privacy with no fees, free, and almost, not almost, but virtually unlimited scalability. So we have thought that the combination of state channels and oracles on layer 1 to build your decentralized applications is like such a powerful combo that we wanted to also include a webinar about the state channels for you to learn about them and be able to use them in the awesome projects you are going to build. The 9th, we are going to have on Friday a session to help with design thinking techniques to make sure that the ideas that you are working on and the ideas that you are going to have are meaningful, have a market behind, are solving a real problem, and have the potential to become real use cases with traction and real users on top of the Eternity network. This one is on Friday. Then let's have a little of a rest in the weekend. And on Monday, we will have a session that is for you to ask anything that you might be doubting about how to get started with your development. So we will have Omar Sadoun and Nikita Fuchs from the Eternity Dev Marketing team, and they will be helping you to solve all your questions to get started before you run hands-on on code and start shaping what is going to be your submission. And last, the Friday, for all of you that still hasn't found a team, we're going to make a dynamic, a very funny session that we did already last time to help people with similar purposes and technical skills and abilities to get together aligned with a common idea or a common purpose that they want to build because they find it funny, because they are concerned about the problem that they are solving, or because any reason. The objective of this workshop is to make those matches and form the latest teams for all of those who still didn't found some mates to work on. This is important, and also taking account that this session is right now being streamed to YouTube. So in case you are privacy aware, you don't want to appear on YouTube, don't turn on your camera because this session right now is being streamed to YouTube. So also it's available afterwards for anyone that couldn't attend on time to the webinars. All these sessions that we're going to hold are going to be available for you, not only during the hackathon, but also afterwards, so you can always have a look and resolve any doubts that you have. And remember, and this is like a good recommendation, from now on, even until tomorrow that we start the workshops, it's very, very advisable to have a look to the last webinars that are in the YouTube playlist in the Aeternity YouTube channel, because they are gonna serve you to have a very good base for the webinars that we have prepared for this Akshwani hack. What about the communication channels? Okay, it's always a challenge to do a remote hackathon, but we have been struggling together with the team and other participants and the feedback we have got for the hackathon to make that barrier of not being together in a physical place as little as possible. So what we have made is like to provide different communication channels with different depth in discussions and immediacy. So for example, that the main channel for the hackathon is the AJ Builders Discord server that you have the link here, and also in the DevPost page. You can access also from the presentation here we'll be sharing, but you have this link to join the Discord channel in DevPost. And Discord is very, very nice for discussions that have like a medium depth. They are not really like deep, but have also some immediacy. It's not as immediate as Telegram, but not as not immediate as the forum, for example. So in the Telegram group is, of course, you can discuss, make long debates there, but the immediacy is very high. So if you want to ping a mentor, ping a teammate, whatever, the Telegram group will do the trick. And also the Eternity forum, in which there is a huge amount of educational materials and topics and posts in which you can look for solutions and also ask for help. So this is like for high depth discussions, but an access to historical info, but it's not very immediate. Okay, you will have answers, but they won't be so fast as probably as in Telegram and Discord. What about the mentors? Okay, like last time, we have approach to mentorship like very on demand. There are a group of people that are either participating or either just in mentor capacity in the hack. They are all in the Discord server and also in the Telegram group. So if you need any help, just drop your questions in those channels, tagging or not, it doesn't matter. Any of the mentors, they will, based on their skills and the questions you made, they will come back to you as soon as possible to solve the questions. And you can identify them in Discord. For example, there is a green distinctive in their users, and you will see that they have a mentor role. Okay, and it's very important that you keep somehow track of who is the people that is most supporting you, because at the end of the hack, we will be selecting between all together who was the best mentor of the hackathon. And this mentor will have an award of $1,000 in Eternity coins for an appreciation to the support given to all the participants. And it's also clear, and it's also important to make clear, that mentors can also be participants of other teams, but the difference is that they are also willing to support other participants and other teams. So if you feel like willing to support other teams, let us please know, and we can assign you the green distinctive and the mentor role in the Discord server. The most important thing, the submissions. It seems that we are a bit far yet, but we are not at all far. The time will fly. When you get to start thinking and drafting and coding, you will see that the time will fly. So we wanted to make a little walkthrough about the requirements of submissions and everything for you to have a very smooth submission according to the official rules of the hackathon. And the first thing that we should make patent in this kickoff session is that the submitted project should, of course, be built on the Eternity network, either mainnet or testnet. And as this is the Akshwani hack, which is about voices coming from the sky or from unseen and with no bodies, the technological architecture should include the Eternity oracles. Either you deploy and you design and deploy your own oracle and use it in your own project, or you can use any other existing oracles. The important thing here is that your project, to be a valid submission, should make use of Eternity oracles. Then please include any link to the relevant repositories that are building up the project that you are submitting, so we can see the code, either in GitHub or GitLab. And also, and this is very important, this is like also one of the main materials for assessing for judges, a demo video of the solution, okay, with a maximum of 5 minutes. It doesn't have to be a super production from Hollywood. It's just what we are asking is that you make a screenshot like showing the capabilities of what you have built. So there is no need to include a pitch here. Of course, you can do it as long as there is no 5 minutes. But the most important thing in this video is to demonstrate what the stuff you have built is doing and how it works. Also, this is important for us to check that we can install and run the project according to the code submitted and the specifics and features described and shown on the video. Otherwise, if the projects are not completely functional, they can only opt to the best prototype price, okay? Then, and this is for any of you that participated in the last one, it's clear, but just in case, the only valid way to submit projects according to the official rules is the dev post interface and within the defined deadline. Please don't ask once the deadline is reached to make it longer, because we can't. At the 7th of May at 11:45, the submissions are closed, and it's impossible to submit projects before, either by mail or by any mean. They can't be considered according to the rules. So please avoid to not submit the projects on the deadlines. Otherwise, it will be impossible according to the rules to assess the project and to have a chance to win any one of the awards. Of course, please, all documentation and materials of the project, please make it in English. And also, this is important, submissions are made by one individual of the team. Now we are going to have a walk through all the screens, but the representative of the team who make the submission will be able to add their teammates in the submission itself. So let's have a look here to the different screens that you will go through to submit your project. So first we have a project name, an elevator pitch here, then name of the project, elevator pitch, the technology that you have built your project. And here in Created By, you can include your teammates. You can invite them to be part of the submission. So we have the information. Then there is like a little field for giving a little bit more of written information about the project, inspiration, what is it doing, how did you build it, challenges, accomplishments, learnings, next for the project, and so on. You can also submit or upload some galleries, some images that you want to show us, maybe a mock-up, a logo, whatever. You have here a field to upload some documents. Also, if your project has an app to download or a working link for us to test it, include these links, please, in the try it out link section. And also, last here, you will see the video demo link, which should be uploaded to any platform and to be accessible. It's not a mandatory requirement to be on YouTube, but anyone with the link should be able to access the video without any password or without any barrier. Okay. Then you have to select, even though it says sponsor or special prices, it's better that you make sure to select in that field all the awards that you think that you can opt in for assessment. So if you are, for example, submitting a project for the best DEX implementation, that's also a DeFi project based in oracles. And that might be also a most impactful project. So please make sure to select in this field all the awards for which you want to compete. Also, in the next field, we have the question if we are submitting a working product of a prototype. So please, in case that the project is not working, is not fully working, select a prototype, and then, as you see, we can have some questions about if you're willing to continue the project, if you knew aeternity before. And last, and this is very important, you should include your superhero wallet address in that field. So if you result one of the winners, we will confirm with you, of course, this address, and this will be the address used to make you the transaction and make the prices effective and send to you the eternity coins that you have very, very well deserved won. Okay, and now, and all of you that participated in the next one already know a very, very special difference about this hackathon, which is there is Superpower by superhero.com. Superhero.com is a new social network built on top of our Eternity network that allows to directly tip content creators and avoid any kind of censorship. It's privacy friendly. It's a bit like the anti-Facebook. I would encourage you all to try it out. And this is giving us some nice tools for the hackathon. As we say, we encourage you to use your superpowers. And for using those superpowers, you can send a direct message to Eric in Discord, and you will receive some coins, some tokens to experiment with Superhero to send and receive tips during the hackathon. For example, if you include your Superhero wallet address in dev post, as it's a public URL, anyone, any teammate, any people from the organization, anyone could send a tip to your dev post profile. But this is not all. Also, during the webinars, during this webinar, for example, all of you that have logged in into the room with a Superhero wallet, you are able to send and receive tips directly in the meeting during the webinars. I also think that in Superhero Meet, which is an open and free feature available for every Superhero user, you can use that video rooms to sync with your teams, to work on, to brainstorm, to peer reviewing any code that you want to meet. For any meetings, for any meeting needs that you might have, you have Superhero Meet available for you to do your gatherings and work together with your teams. And last, anyone that has logged in to this webinar and the rest with the Superhero wallet will be able to use the tipping feature within video rooms, which is really cool to be in a video room and be able to send a little tip to a participant, or even if you do a nice contribution to receive some tips, it's something that is really, really innovative, really useful, and really nice. The team, and now I'm only seeing not the screen, but I would like, I think Omar is there, Nikita, I'm not sure, I think he couldn't come, but Eric is there, and myself, we are the team that is making this possible together, of course, with the rest of the Eternity team, and we are here to help. So please, you have there our handles and alias. Don't hesitate to contact us. Omar, are you there, or Eric?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone.
Hello. Again, ready to rumble.
Yes.
Let's get
excited to see what cool ideas and what cool project we can see using the Eternity technology. So really excited about it.
Nice. And the cool thing is that this is the hackathon team, but there is an amazing and huge, vibrant community behind that will be willing not only to support you as mentors or to provide ideas to work or to join teams, but also the intention the hack is like to not forget the projects when the hackathon is done, and try to support those projects with potential to advance in the development stages of a startup or of a use case, so they can become real use cases on top of Aeternity network. So this is, I think, pretty nice. We are starting to work with the projects that won the Human DeFi hack, also like providing yesterday one of those presented a grant for the Aeternity Foundation. And what I want to inform or to make clear here is that the hackathon, this hackathon, is only the beginning. We really hope to have like a bunch of projects to support and to push towards adoption and towards being real use cases on top of Aeternity, and make you guys have your own projects running and with real users. Okay, and for that, you need a team, right? Well, there is a lot of people in the last hackathon, a lot of people. It was surprising. Like for me, it was a real surprise how some of the awards were won by people who were working solo. But that's not like the main case. It's always better and more common to have teams, and the platform in which the hackathon is running, DevPost, has some really great features to find teams. So if you go to the landing page of the Akshwani Hæck, you can find a tab which is called Participants, in which you can see all the participants that have signed up with their skills, their programming languages and interest, and their status. If they are working alone, if they already have a team, or if they are looking for a team. In those that are looking for a team, you will see a little icon that will allow you to message those people. So don't be shy and ping people that you think can be a good fit to your team, to your idea, to the thing that you are gonna build, because this is like the main reason to get people together to build the stuff that is interesting for all of the teams. So don't hesitate, please, to use this feature. Still, in the Discord server, there is a channel for team building. In Telegram, you can also find teammates. And also, Eric is doing always an amazing job, like looking who has that idea, what does need, who needs what, find it. And he's like always like helping people to get together. But still, it's very good and very very advisable that you use and you have to do this step and be fast. Be fast to get the best the best participants with the most skills that are still looking for a team. Let's go for the interesting part, the awards. Well, as I was saying before, we have more than doubled the amount of the budget for the awards for this Akshwani Hæck, and we have also tried to make like a wider set of awards depending on your skills, depending on your interests, so everyone can have good opportunities to compete for any of the awards and have chances to go back home with some Aeternity coins as an award for the participation of the hack. Again, I would like to stress the point for you to remember to select all the awards that you want to opt in to participate, and to make it clear and patent in the submission form, because this will be like the main entry point to make the assessments. Still, think that if you don't worry, because if you commit a mistake here, the whole team will be covering you. So if you forget to select one of the prizes that you can opt in, don't worry, you will still opt in. But we are asking for this for not having to review all of the projects and make sure that you opt to all the projects. So please make this little effort to select all the prizes. And if there is any forgotten one, don't worry, we will be covering your backs. And now, in this as novelty, also in this hackathon, we have defined some special awards that probably are more like challenges than awards, and they have like a really decent amount of awards within the total. And one of the reasons of this webinar was to explain these challenges. Omar, my teammate, is gonna who wrote the specification, and also we're working together in defining those challenges. Please take the stage now, and let's explain the challenges that we are proposing.
Sure, here I am. A couple of notes before. Please, when you do the submission, don't forget to send the last version. Always double check that you are sending us the last version with the last video and the last code, so there is no mistake. And another thing is what you said, Alex. We are giving to all the participants like different kind of tools, from rewards for making the best project, but also all the path to the grant, so you can have like your entire project being alive and seeing the light, right? So that's super important to have in mind, that we try to provide, and you need just to bring your ideas and your expertise and take the best from this technology. So going through the challenges we have. Please go back to the presentation, Alex. Yeah, there. Thank you. Well, we are looking for having like the best decentralized implementation, best decentralized exchange implementation. Somehow we are looking for a market maker, but of course based on Sophia, our smart contract language, on aeternity, building a bridge between aeternity, but having in mind that that bridge could be used as a template for integrating to other kind of blockchain. In this case, it would be very nice to have like that template including at least the ERC20 tokens, so we can have a broader market for this bridge. This general template, after, it could be used for bounties. Somehow we are going to explain in another session what's about this, and of course has to be easy to get in. Here we have like a biggest challenge, that is we need regular people to be able to use what we do. So we have a great challenge there, and please take in account that of making the onboarding process of the tool, the process you are making, to be easy for regular people, not just for super technical, but thinking also about the regular people. And of course, for any decentralized exchange, we need to encourage somehow to provide liquidity to the exchange. So all those are like the different tips we have that we expect from you guys. But we are going to be open for any other cool idea. This is the best of this. It's not what we can think, but it's what you can think and you can create with the titles we give you. Let's go to the next slide. Well, this is a good one. I'm super excited to see this one working. Aeternity has a concept that is super interesting. Is generalized account. It's a way you can like decentralize and have more complex scheme for signatures. And we would like to have that multi-signature process using the generalized account. So it's like when you have to pay something through the banking, you have different responsible for the bank account. Those responsible has to sign. Well, let's bring that same concept using generalized account with Sophia and having a working solution where we explain everything we are doing. So this is quite a good challenge. It's going to be super visible for those who made it. Let's go to the next one. This is an interesting one. I think it's going to be pretty easy to a lot of you to make it. We have, if you don't know how superhero works, there is some videos, and even from the last hackathon, there is very good explanation about all the architectures behind superhero. And one very important part of it is the usage of the oracles we are doing. So the challenge here is to have a very good interface to deploy those oracles. Every oracle that we add to superhero will strengthen the platform. So if we have a better way, an easy way, and once again, a super easy onboarding way to add oracles to superhero, well, you are going to be achieving the challenge here. Another exciting one, state channels. We have some experience already with state channel. This is a super cool technology that we have, and we are pretty sure that is much more to see and to grab from this technology. So here, what we are expecting from you guys is to use state channel and add in some gaming interaction, some pay by use framework that based on state channel could show how it works and show the power. It's the idea of having an offline communication, but also the capability of executing smart contract, like if you are in the blockchain but off chain. Well, that's pretty cool. So having the challenge here is grabbing one of those ideas, or you also can bring your own idea, but this is just a guideline, using state channels and showing the power to bring unlimited scalability to the blockchain. Let's go to the next one. And
Thanks a lot.
Oh,
thanks a lot, Omar.
I was so excited. I wanted more.
Yeah, we'll have more. Now it's the time to seal. Time to seal ideas, to seal you as a team member. We have already spoken a lot, so now we would like people to share ideas, or to say, hey, I'm looking for a teammate to do this, or I'm offering myself for a team and I like this and that, and I have these skills and so on. So if anyone wants to share a concept, an idea that he would like to, or she, of course, sorry, would like to build on the hackathon and wants to find some teammates, please go ahead.
I think before we should answer some questions about the prices that we've just seen. There's a question from Marco here in the chat regarding the superhero oracle. He's asking if we mean to register these oracles, if they run the official oracle logic, or and will be consumed by superhero contracts to determine if someone is eligible to receive tips.
Let me answer that one. It's essentially, hey Marco, by the way, how are you? It's essentially that idea. Today, the way we add new oracles is pretty manual. So we look to make it more transparent, but more easy also for any user to participate and strengthen the network of superhero.
Still, the questions, of course, questions can always be made, but at the end of this time, there is foreseen all the time that is needed for questions, of course.
Yes, of course. Bring it on.
It was like we were in the mood of exposing challenges, ideas, and nice things to have presence on the Aeternity ecosystem. So we wanted to keep that mood of ideation and ideas before going to the questions, but no problem. I mean, there is no any rigidity on this, so we can do it as you prefer. We can go on with answering more questions, or we can just start to hear ideas or people sharings, people desires to share anything. So you can just raise your hand, or just start talking and make your question or share your idea. The important thing here, as I was talking before, is that we have spoken a lot. Now it's your time. Thank you.
Marco, can you maybe speak up? You wanted to, I think, continue about your question.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, Omar already answered it. I think that's exactly what I meant. So that we have an open and transparent process to register and govern the oracles that are being used in Superhero. So that wasn't clear at first. So that's why I asked again.
Cool. But yes, it's like you said. That's the path we are looking. There is of course some details, but that's there is a challenge. So let's see how it goes. There is some process creation on the chat.
The graph token, James. Nice. By the way, we're gonna collect. We're gonna start a forum thread with ideas, so we can all contribute and give opinion about ideas. So this one, for example, will be transcribed for sure in the forum with your permission, James, of course. Okay, let's try to spice it up a bit and suggest some ideas. For example, what do you think? For example, permission for posting your idea, your suggestion, James, in the forum. But that I know it's coming from you. I think there is no problem. I was saying that, for example, I have been on these days on planning the hackathon, thinking about different ideas or suggestions. And one thing that I think we are missing in the industry, and that can be built on top of Aeternity with the oracles, is a stable coin that respects to Bitcoin. What does this mean? Imagine the same system of maker and DAI. Okay, maker and DAI, you use Ethereum to open collateralized positions that generate DAI, and the value of that DAI, the supply and demand, is algorithmically adjusted to hold the value of $1, right? Okay, forget about Ethereum, Maker, DAI, and dollar, and let's think in opening collateralized positions with Aeternity and AX9 tokens that will create units of coins that are pegged to 1 Satoshi. And the supply and demand of that coin is also algorithmically adjusted in the same way that DAI is adjusted USD to Bitcoin. So you can have a stable coin that respect to Bitcoin, because a lot of people, and mostly savvy people and traders, are not looking to the fiat value, are looking to the BTC value of things. So we can have a stable coin on Eternity protocol that is inheriting and pegged to the natural coin and to mother of all coins in the space, which will allow also to have some kind of Bitcoins that can be used for smart contracts, DeFi applications, money Legos, composability, and so on. So this idea will be posted and more documented in the forum. So anyone that feels like having, also, by the way, personally, I love the idea of a stable coin based on Bitcoin, because it's not that volatile anymore, and it's progressively becoming a unit of account for everyday more people. So we will post more info about this. So if anyone of you feels like building the first stable coin pegged to Bitcoin, the idea is yours. Of course, this is open source, and we can't be more happy of people contributing with their wisdom to the ideas that we are proposing, and mostly that we will save together, because you might come up with another mechanism to adjust supply and demand that is different to the one used by Maker DAI in the Maker DAI example. Anyone inspired now to see any other idea, or shall we continue? Or any feedback about this idea, by the way, of course.
Gian, do you want to speak up?
Yeah, we have a question there.
Yeah, so my team, we are planning to hack on the DEX idea, but I think we want to start small. So maybe we'll start with the bridge first. So the bridge, so the idea, the architecture of the bridge that we thought of is, of course, the standard one. The two bridge smart contracts in each of the chains, and then a bridge API that is kind of running continually to figure out what's happening. My question was, this bridge API would be the trusted Oracle sort of entity, right? Which is initially owned by the developers, but then eventually needs to be decentralized. Is that right?
Omar, are you there? If not, I can answer.
Yeah. I don't know how to respond to the question actually. So I don't know if you have a better answer than mine. I guess so.
I have an architecture. I don't know if I can pull that up. Let me see if I can pull it up. Just give me 1 second.
Leave something to the challenge. Don't go so fast. We have some time yet.
No, I mean, this is just like work in progress, of course. But yeah, maybe this can show this better.
Yes, and it's also important, Diane, that you point out this, because of course, in the time of the hackathon, it's not that we are pretending to have like a whole complete Uniswap-like project or application, but to have a starting point. And one of the things that could be more tricky is, of course, the bridge.
Yeah.
The bridge would ideally be decentralized, but we are conscious that this is a hackathon. There is 1 month, so there will be no problems with that, as long as there is a functionality that is according to the requirements that, as you see, are very wide. So no worries for that.
Okay. I don't know how to share my screen. How do I share screen? Okay, I'll try to send this picture. Maybe. Oops, I can't send anything on the chat. Okay.
Don't worry, Jan. You can share it to me later. You can share it to me later.
Yeah. So I have the architecture diagram. My only thing was like, how do we decentralize the bridge API itself? That is something I want to know. I'll share it on Discord. Maybe that would be better.
Sure.
I mean, we can go. There's the possibility always. First bridges were federated. Like, you can go off the path of having like a trusted group of 10 people, for example, that are having that bridge, the incoming and outgoing, with some kind of federation with a multi-sig between them, provided that there is the generalized account use first, of course. But I mean, don't get blocked by the first challenges that the DEX implementation challenge might pose, because we are conscious that this is a very like ambitious challenge, and we are going to support, and we are going to.
There could be different approaches. So let's not get stuck on only one kind of solution. Let's bring different ideas. Yes, that's why sometimes I don't want to make some answers, because if I give you what I think, what is my solution, it's like I'm setting the path, and maybe that's not the best one. And so there is a creation process. There is like a try and error process. There is things that we don't know how it could be made better, you know. So that's the idea of this kind of process. We want to get surprised. If you are doing the thing I think is best, maybe it's not the best one. It's just the best one for me.
Okay, all right.
Omar is completely right. Forget about what I said about federation. What's a federation? I don't even know. No, it's true. We should not precondition and include bias in your creativity and your wisdom to build things.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm seeing there in the chat some questions about hyperchains and when it's gonna go live, when are they gonna go live and online. Stay tuned for some soon announcements about the updates of the hyperchains development. Johnson, please go ahead. No, it's not going to be in less than 1 month. Think also that this is a major change, so there should be security audits. There should be a period running in testnet. Well, it's not going to be in 1 month. Stay tuned for the updates with more information. But yeah, I can tell now that it's not going to be in less than 1 month. What will be?
Hello.
Okay, don't want to spoil. Stay tuned for the updates.
Can I speak?
Yes. Hello.
Hello. I come from China. I want to tell, when will the super try go online?
The hyperchains. Yeah, I was talking about it. We will publish an update soon about the status and the roadmap and the dates for every and each phase of the hyperchains deployment.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks to you. Okay, let's propose another idea. Okay, sorry. Yeah, who wants to speak? If anyone wants to speak, I'm shutting my mouth down.
No, Alex, it's me, Divanjot. And it's great to meet you guys. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Great, great. Great. I'm doing great, and I'm very excited for this hackathon. Sorry, I was in market and I missed most of the parts, so I will try to continue with YouTube and pre-recording session. But I have a great idea for this hackathon, and I'm very excited to continue with
it. Please.
Of course. So what I was thinking, like the idea you shared, it was great, like stable coins, and with collateralization, I think it might not be required for Oracle system if we provide collateralization, but probably we might go for some other method that might use both and for more security. But my idea was like instead of including trust from third parties, I am going to include trust from computer itself with cryptography, something like that.
I don't know if I got you the last part. Sorry.
Of course. Sorry about that. I wasn't very clear. So I was saying that instead of including trust from third parties, like people running node and giving results, I am going to include trust from the computer itself with cryptographical calculations, and so it will be like solid proof and trustable oracles, and that's probably what I have achieved in Ethereum, and I'm going to write on Eternity.
Nice. Cool. Do you need any help or any teammate for doing that, or you can go wild?
Yeah, I can pull it off alone, of course, because I have done it at Ethereum. But I am more than glad if anybody likes to join.
Cool.
And thank you. Please, yeah, continue. I'm very excited to hear what you are going to say next.
Thanks a lot, Ivanjot.
No, guys, thank you. You guys are really very supportive.
Such a pleasure to count on such incredible community members. Really, it's like it makes. I was to say it makes the work so easy, but it makes even not being a work, being a complete hobby or a jobby, which is the cross of job and hobby. I think I'm so happy and so lucky to have a jobby. We got. Oh, by the way, we are having some questions about hyperchains in the chat, and I understand it because there is some excitement, and I can understand the excitement because it's huge. But please, let's keep the topic of the call about the hackathon and the rules, the words, ideas, and so on. Focus in this call, and everything that is being communicated about hyperchains, and it's been a lot. It's on the forum, so please. Visit the forum, and you will have all the information you are curious about hyperchains and more. Okay, so let's suggest or open a new path for ideas. And I would like to start this with an open question. Did you trust yourself? Whenever you make a self-objective for you to stop smoking, to run any kilometers a month, to study English for any hours, whatever, do you trust yourself? Why don't you use oracles to incentivize you to reach your objectives, alone or with groups? I might, for example, make a team with some of my acquaintance to connect our watches for doing exercise. All of us will put an objective of exercise, and the ones who achieve that objective will get the rewards that the ones who didn't get the objectives will lose as a punishment. So, for example, if I enroll in such a system with 5 of you, for example, and we commit to run 10 kilometers a day for 7 days, we will, at the end of those 7 days, we will put an amount of money, and then the ones who are not getting the objective will lose that money and will be served by all those who reach the objective. So the idea here, and where I would like the reason why I'm bringing this to this conversation, is to explore oracles to achieve goals, together with ourselves or supported by family members, teammates, friends, or whatever, and explore that, for me, very powerful concept of getting the rewards of the ones who abide with the punishments of the one who don't. So it's like crossing incentives. So the award for people that is behaving well is coming from the people that is behaving badly. And I think this is a powerful idea to explore. And in fact, part of the crypto world has a lot to do with this, with incentives and the same incentives mechanism. And for these, oracles are very useful. So I don't want to talk a lot more about this use case because of what Omar was saying before. Don't want to get prejudices or stop your incredible amount of creativity. Just get the concept and let your imagination and your coding fingers fly.
That was a very great idea, Alex, and I hope really someone should explore this and find more details on it to to give some shape to it. Yeah, definitely.
Thank you. This is a very old idea, by the way. When I was getting started in blockchain, thinking that's crazy in use cases and so on, I wrote an article about it, and I still never seen nothing similar. So I will share, by the way, the article with more examples and so on in the Discord channel. It was called something like Blockchain and Human Will.
Yeah, definitely. And
it's like
yes, of course. And
2016.
Sorry, can you please repeat?
That it was dated in 2016. So when I look for it and read it, I might be like, oh shit. What did I wrote here?
Wow, that was quite a long time you got that idea, and surprisingly, there are not many currently to work on it. But yes, that is brilliant. That we should encourage people through blockchain who do good for themselves or for others. And similar ideas I have in my mind as well. But this one is like to the point and very specific. Thanks for sharing it.
Welcome. Okay, there is a question about the rules. Remember that there is a specific channel in the Discord server for doubts about rules. The question is about if it's possible for a hackathon participant to be a member of two teams. And the answer is that ideally not, to let people focus on one team and not being like in so many teams, and probably not helping a lot all those teams to build. Because if you join more than one team and you get very excited with one of the projects, you might left a little bit behind the other two, and that's not really fair. What is possible, by the way, is that one team can present more than one project, but one participant shouldn't join more than one team. I keep seeing questions about hyperchains in the chat, and yeah, it really shows the excitement that there is around. This is such a great concept that this is going to mark a new era in aeternity. So I can understand that even though this is not the place for such a topic, people is like interested and trying to get some questions, some answers, and I think we might be encouraging that we have more questions because we are giving answers. So this is the last one, I promise. Last one, I promise we are going to make about hyperchains. Yes, Jambosmu is asking about if the block rewards will be changed after adopting proof of stake after hyperchains. And the answer is no. The inflation curve of aeternity will be remaining the same unless there is a governance vote that chooses to change it. But in principle, the inflation rate and the issuance curve of aeternity is not gonna change. Yeah, thanks, Liu. Still, I'm conscious that we might be responsible for people keeping asking on hyperchains because we are giving answers. But that was the last one, I promise.
I'm not sure, but it looks like people are secretly planning their ideas currently, and like they are listening more and talking less. So yeah, probably looking good in the right direction, and excited to see more new projects.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's such a special day to be kicking off the hack together with all of you, some people that participated in the other one, or even that won some of the awards of the last one, and with some new people, seeing the community grow and seeing how the tools that we have been working and building for 4 years are being used for creating such incredible use cases. It's so rewarding and so, I mean, I can't be more happy of being kicking off this today together with Omar, with Eric, Nikita, Anita, and all of you that are having fun, I hope, and are going to have much more fun during the hackathon and learn together a lot.
Definitely, and that's a great start, of course.
Any questions? Ernie, not about hyperchain? Well, we'll always have the Discord channel, but it's not, of course, the same, like having the session to answer the questions or in Discord. So we're going to wait a couple of minutes more. If there is anyone shy, there is not yet throw in the question. Let's have a couple of minutes. Let's also use the time to remember that the first technical session with hands-on aeternity with Omar is going to start today at 4 p.m. Central European Standard Time. Get your laptops, get your skills prepared, because tomorrow Omar is going to get you started with aeternity development. And then before we cover specifically oracles and state channels, is very good, and you have the best feature possible with Omar to get a first introductory section tomorrow at 4.
Yeah, the basic idea is that you learn, well, how Sophia works, which are the editors you can use, how to make your environment working, the kind of stuff, so you can start working directly. And then you start having deeper knowledge about oracles, the channels, and etc.
Yeah.
James just asked a question. What's GA?
Oh, generalized accounts.
Okay.
The idea behind generalized account is that you can use a different programming rules to sign. Essentially, that's the basic objective of generalized account. So you can extend that concept, not just to have one signature, but also having multi-different signatures. But the most basic one is, instead of having the usual by default signing method on your contract, you can have your own, and you can extend that as much as you like.
I like, have you seen, Omar, that statement, that question from James? I loved it. Multi-sig on asteroids?
Yes, exactly that.
Oh. An idea from James, that's always... By the way, James, I'm going to send you, and check in the forum, the grant application that has been presented today for something that probably will sound you familiar about derivatives. You're connecting the dots, James, from the generalized accounts and multi-challenge to the implementation challenge. Interesting.
Now we need a team.
Yeah, let's keep track of these ideas to include them in the forum, and let's have an historic and discussion. I like it. Yeah, it's like...
Yeah, I don't know how it will work without changing any logic on the nodes, right? Because you don't really know where you're running. You are running on the blockchain. It doesn't matter if you have like one node, 300 nodes. So, but I don't know. Could be the start of something.
Yeah.
So probably this could be possible with some notarization, I guess. But I do have a thing in mind that if every node will have different signature, then how we would recognize which signature is the correct one, I guess, or what kind of base we should. I'm not actually much familiar with generalized accounts, but I saw the description, so the question just popped up in my head. If it's correct, then I'll be glad if you can answer, but that's totally fine. If the question is not very accurate, I will search more on generalized accounts.
I didn't hear like half of the message.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, never mind. Don't worry. I will search more on generalized counts, and then I will ask this question if it's really valid one. Yeah. Thanks, James, for sharing it.
Thanks to you as usual. Okay, I think this silence is like marking the end of the session. Probably still James is still making amazing contributions in the chat. I think, yeah, you are opening a nice path to explore and to further brainstorm on it. Yeah, also, yeah, the single mention of using generalized accounts for getting social recovery features, it's also another nice and probably more secure approach to social recovery.
It looks like the chat is really interacting and interesting. So
it's getting in fire.
Yeah, and I might just stay here and read the chat and ask questions here.
Yes. Nice message, Jan Bosmu. It's also so amazing to have in this session and also in the community to have such a huge representation from the China community. China has always been a great support, the Chinese community, a great support for aeternity, and it's such a pleasure and a honor to be able to engage in common activities and to be together. For example, in this superhero room, we know it's not easy from mainland China to get in some webs and services, but people still struggles to manage to be here and to participate and be an active part of the aeternity community, and that's like really something to be very, really grateful about. Nice. I'm glad to hear there is no. It seems it's fine today. Okay, I think it's time to wrap up. Let's continue the ideas, discussion, and the tabs or whatever need you might have or comment about the Akshwani Hæck in the Discord server. Wrap up Bitcoins. Yeah, there is there was a project in the last one who made the foundation for that wrapping up of Bitcoins, and let's see where that project is going. Yes, IALink, exactly. The guys from Acertify presented IALink in the last hackathon. They won the best DeFi solution, and now, yeah, it's like being on development. We are like assessing together with the team how we get that use case to get traction and get more developed together. Any final word or comment, thought, Omar, Eric, or anyone?
I'm just saying I'm taking note of all of your ideas. So later on, when we have like a threaded discussion on the forum, we can also include all of your awesome ideas.
Great.
Just bring creativity, try to do your best, simplify as much as you can. Sometimes something more simple can be better. And we are here to help. We are here to help on all the process for having your idea on this hackathon. And as I said before, we try to provide all the tools so you can have not just this hackathon done and you can win a prize, but also making the idea for real and doing the entire process of grants like we did before on the previous hackathon. So let's bring the good work.
Yes, I'm sure it will be like that. Can't wait to see what will be the submissions about and what will come out of this hackathon. I'm sure it will be amazing. Okay, so see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. Central European time with Omar. Let's get started and let's go for it. Have a great rest of the day, everyone, and thanks a lot for joining. Hope we have put a lot of work and passion for you to have a wonderful time. We hope we might get this objective. That would be the real reward for us. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
See you tomorrow.
See you. Bye.